evening, everybody. Welcome to Dongguan, China. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 quarterfinal between Argentina and Serbia. Well, the lights have been lowered, but they're going to be turned up in just a second, and we're going to watch one of the premier games in international basketball, a game between rivals, past years, and two of the most talented teams, with aspirations of getting to the podium and perhaps even winning the whole shebang. Serbia trying to bounce back from a defeat to Spain, taking on an Argentina team, of course, that has gone unbeaten in this competition. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Josh Davis. And Josh, wow, we're at the business end of the tournament, and this is exciting.
It really is, Jeff, and premier matchup featuring some phenomenal players and obviously two programs, like you said, ambitions to win the gold. They've been in positions of success pretty much throughout the 21st century. Two powerhouses, if you will, and for one of these teams, it's the road carries on, or it's the end of a magical run.
Well, of course, over the years, Yugoslavia was one of the dominating teams of international basketball. Serbia was a part of Yugoslavia, and in 2002, they played in the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Indianapolis, Yugoslavia beating Argentina in the final. Sasha Djordjevic, by that point, had retired from the Yugoslavian national team. He was a part of their 1998 title-winning team in Athens. But Argentina, of course, bounced back 2 years later after that defeat and won the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. Here we are again, these two great nations getting ready to trade blows. Perhaps Argentina have surprised me a little bit, the way they've taken care of business. But I think this is by far their stiffest test. And we all know that when it gets to this round of the tournament, Serbia seems to be able to turn it up a notch.
Yeah, Serbia have had a dominant run until they faced off against Spain. I mean, they were beating teams by an average of 40 points before that 12-point defeat to Spain. Meanwhile, Argentina, like you said, this is their fifth quarterfinal in 6 World Cups, and the 2014 World Cup being the only one where they did not get to the quarterfinal. So they're looking to get back into that elite status, and they've been able to do so tonight as you look at the brackets.
Yeah, the brackets there, at the top left, Argentina, Serbia, so they'll advance and face the winner of the next game that we'll do here tomorrow, USA, France. So here are the quarterfinal lineups, Argentina, Serbia, and then later tonight, but not here, it'll be Spain, Poland, that'll be in Shanghai, and of course tomorrow's action as well. So we are going to now pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems of both Serbia and Argentina.
女士美先生们，请全体起立，奏双方球队国歌。
First, the national anthem of Serbia.
首先奏塞尔维亚国歌。
And now, the national anthem of Argentina.
奏阿根廷国歌。
Please be seated.
请坐下。
Give it up for Wanda Little Champion.
Well, we are in Dongguan, folks. This really is the where the pulse of Chinese basketball is. It's the home of the CBA champions, the women's basketball champions, and Guangdong province as well. These people know their basketball, and they know who these players are. As the players, Privatola and Simonovic and all these guys embrace. Of course, many of them compete against each other. And, of course, the referees. Tonight, Michael Whelan on the left, Cristiano Jesus Maranhão in the middle from Brazil, and Tolga Sahin from Italy on the right. So they've got a very big game to do tonight. And I'm sure they're as excited to be here as we are, and the players and all the fans. And we're going to get a look at the starting fives for both Serbia and Argentina.
So Serbia, obviously a backcourt you know about. Bogdan Bogdanovic has been one of the premier players in this World Cup, joined with Stefan Jovic, a great defender. Vladimir Lucic does a little bit of everything for this team, and you can see Nikola Jokic getting the start here in this quarterfinal. And of course, he'll be joined inside by Miroslav Radulicia. But Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's done it all. He's scoring 20-plus points a game. He's averaging almost 5 assists and 5 rebounds as well. You can see his stats. He's shooting absolutely lights out, of course, playing his basketball for the Sacramento Kings in the NBA. 55% from three-point range, Jeff. It's just been remarkable. At one point, he was hitting almost 80% of his threes. On the other end, Argentina, like you said, they are still undefeated, 5-0 coming into this one. They are going to feature a starting five, which, of course, Real Madrid point guard leading the way, Facundo Campasso. He's been electrifying in the backcourt. He'll be joined by Nicolas Brusino. On the wing, you see Patricia Garino. And then Luis Scola, the second all-time leading scorer in the history of the World Cup, is still putting in work at 39 years of age. And then Marcos Delia, who has been, by some accounts, a bit of a surprise on the inside, but no surprises when it comes to Luis Scola. Still putting up 17 points per game, almost 8 rebounds as well. So he's able to move very well. Obviously, his footwork is fantastic. Plays basketball not too far from here in Shanghai. Well, actually, it's still pretty far. Shanghai for the Shanghai Sharks. So he's obviously used to the time zones.
Same country.
Yeah, same country. Plays in this building. Has played in this arena before, obviously. So Scola, Bogdanovic, but we can't forget about Nikola Jokic. First team All-NBA, probably the best center in the world right now. Coming very handy for Serbia.
I mean, it's incredible. There's so many talking points, but Scola, 5th FIBA Basketball World Cup, incredible. Sasa Djordjevic, the head coach of this Serbia team. Of course, he has been since 2014. Got him to the final of the World Cup 5 years ago. Got him to the final of the Rio Olympics 2016. Got him to the final of the FIBA Eurobasket 2017. But that title has proved elusive. For Sergio Hernandez, of course, he first took charge back in 2005 and coached at 2006, 2010 FIBA Basketball World Cup. He was an assistant to Julio Lamas in 2014 and then came back to kind of lead the transition to the new generation of players for Argentina. So one of the premier tacticians in all of basketball.
Yeah, in this tournament, Argentina's defense has been the key. They come in leading the World Cup in steals, 11.4 steals per game, also holding most of their opponents to below 70 points. Meanwhile, Serbia, actually second best defensive team in the World Cup so far.
Well, it's impressive that front line of Serbia, isn't it? To start with Jokic and Radulica and having Marjanovic coming off the bench. Well, good evening, folks. Welcome to Dongguan. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup. It's the quarterfinal between Argentina in the white and Serbia in the blue. And Nicolas Brusino comes right out and hits a long jumper. He banks it in.
That's probably a sign of good luck. First basket off the glass, and then a near steal here by Scola.
Scola famously, you remember in that final of 2002, thought he'd come up with a game-winning steal, and it was a very similar situation right at midcourt, but he was called for a foul. Vlade Divac back then. Here, not given the possession, so Serbia maintain it. And Jovic, tough as nails at point guard. D'Elia reaches in and forces the over and back, so Argentina, good signs for them, coming out ready to play on the defensive end.
Well, we haven't talked yet about Serbia's dominance offensively. They come in averaging almost 96 points per game, second in the tournament to New Zealand, but they also lead the tournament in turnovers, over 15 per game. So if there is one weakness, it's taking care of the ball.
Campazzo, what a character he is, what a player he is, and he comes right out and hits a three.
Dream start here for Argentina. 5 quick points. Serbia yet to attempt a shot.
Bogdanovic. Jokic back to Jovic, and he lays it up and in.
Yeah, Jovic, a very athletic point guard. Happy to be a floor general. Almost 6 assists per game, but can also finish around the basket.
Behind the back pass to D'Elia by Campazzo.
That was incredible.
That could be the play of the quarterfinals, folks. I mean, Campazzo has wasted no time in showing the world what he's all about tonight. Bogdanovic. And the hands, either Scola or Garino have picked up a foul.
Campazzo, you see the vision, looks away, and then flicks the wrist to D'Elia for the dunk. That is...
How is this guy not playing in the league across the pond? That's what I'd like to know.
Also a quick shot to Brusino on that nice screen as Jovic misses.
Raduljic with the rebound, and this is where Serbia going to cause problems. You think even Lucic gets in there and crashes the boards. And Campazzo, meanwhile, steals the pass. Opportunistic. Boy, they caused a lot of problems for Poland as well in their last game. But now they turn it over. And look at Jokic handling it, the big fella. And drives in and banks it in. Grino trying to draw a charge. He was perhaps in the circle.
Well, we all know Jokic, point guard in a big man's body, averages almost over 7 assists per game in the NBA for the Denver Nuggets.
Grino fouled in the paint, and Bogdanovic kind of snapped his head back like he had been hit by Garino before that. Get another look. Well, we're just going to see the finish.
Oh, yeah. See the tackle there by Raduljic. And the Argentinian players on the bench wanted a unsportsmanlike. And
they have indeed. So Bogdanovic, it's almost as if they've come out and gotten a bloody nose. But it's Argentina that goes to the line.
A bit of a hip check from Raduljic.
So Garino played his college basketball in America, had to go, I think, in the NBA and has been playing in Spain. And now at the line making free throws. And Sergio Hernandez, well, he could not have asked for a better start from his team.
Yeah, we know this one might get a bit chippy.
Seems to already be chippy.
Serbia does have more depth than Argentina, so that's something else we'll look at the rest of the game.
Scola from the arc, good! Well, they must like the Chinese air having played here. They look comfortable on that one.
4 for 4 to start here for Argentina. They've scored on every possession.
Jokic, who was shown the door in the last game, a couple of technicals. And now Brusino with the rebound. Scola again left allowed to go in the lane and then misses a layup. Bogdanovic. Foul called on Argentina.
You mentioned Serbia likes to crash the offensive glass, and this time leads to a foul. You see the Scola three-pointer, of course, able to do it inside and out.
I think Delia, and now Sahin is calling Delia and Raduljica over. He's seen enough. He wants to clean it up.
That's 2 quick fouls now on Delia. Can't really afford to lose him this early, coming in averaging 9 points, 6 rebounds a game.
Gaisi is going to come in. Tayevet Gaisi, the 26-year-old center, replaces Delia.
Gaisi's only featured in 3 of the 5 games, so you see how limited they are off the bench in terms of bigs.
They've also got Cafaro to come in. And Jokic drives in, and look at the Raduljica rebound. And then the follow by Lucic.
And that's what Lucic does, makes a lot of hustle plays. Seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Persino. His three-point range is right when he walks in the building. He'll put it up from anywhere. Nice pass, and denied at the rim. Here comes Jokic.
Jokic running hard down the floor, getting the early post position, forcing the foul from Gaisi. Here's the block on the other end. Great timing, elevation as well from Jokic. And a lot of people have talked about Jokic being on cruise control so far in this tournament. You see there Brusino getting some medical attention. And despite being on cruise control, obviously, still averaging 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists in limited minutes, not even playing half the game on average.
Inbounded pass. And now Bogdanovic drives in and is short, but he was fouled.
It looked like he got caught on the arm there on his way up. Bogdanovic will head to the free throw line. See right there, no question, another foul on Gaisi. So that's another big man in foul trouble for Argentina.
Well, size is not an issue for Serbia, clearly. Even as Raduljica is going to go out here, he's going to be replaced by Nemanja Bjelica.
Yeah, you mentioned the size. 1.96 m, 6'5" average for Argentina, 2.6 m, 6'9" average height for Serbia.
So that is significant. Bjelica comes in obviously at 2.09 meters, that's 6 feet 10 inches. And Bogdanovic off target with that first free throw. Persino had to come out as well, had a caught a blow to the nose. So Laprovitola comes in. Laprovitola comes in, excuse me. So here comes Campazzo after Bogdanovic goes 1 of 2 at the line. And Gaisi this time goes up strong. It's probably a good sign that they continue to go to it.
Well, beautiful high-low pass from Scola, feeding the big man inside. Mullet flying.
Bogdanovic out to Bjelica right off the bench. And Jokic with the ball, he brought it down. Laprovitola almost had it, and Bjelica stays with it. And Serbia struggling to get the basketball, and now a foul called on Scola for a push.
Well, the referees have a lot to work on tonight. There's a lot going on, a lot of activity.
Yeah, well, Djordjevic is doing a lot of barking, and the players on both benches are standing up. And already Tolga Sahin has called over. Look at that. So the foul was indeed on Scola.
That's 2 on him now. They cannot afford for Scola to come out of the game for too long. He's going to be kept in here by Coach Hernandez.
And Scola giving it to the Brazilian referee, isn't it? No doubt they know each other. And Lucic capitalizes at the line. And now we're going to get Lucic going out, so good work from him. And coming in is the recent signing of the Memphis Grizzlies, Marko Guduric, number 23.
Guduric, a lefty shooter with a nice touch from beyond the arc. Jokic calls for the foul, trying to put the pressure on Campasso.
Boy, look at Djordjevic. I mean, this is nothing new. He is going to talk the entire game. He's going to try to get his point across every possession, especially in a game like this, of this magnitude. La Provitola is fouled by Bogdanovic, and Djordjevic can hardly watch. He sits down, nor can Bogdanovic. Watch this.
You see the weaving around there by La Provitola. Bogdanovic.
Yeah, he got it on the left arm. Yeah.
I mean, the extracurricular activity.
I can feel the technical coming
On either side. Only the third team foul for Serbia.
So they said he was passing, he wasn't shooting. Interesting. Campazzo hands it off to Garino. And great defense by Bogdanovic. Now Guduric.
Two-man game here between the two stars.
Jokic going to work. And he is fouled, so he will take 2 free throws, and that's 3. 3 fouls on the backup center, Gaisi.
And, you know, Serbia, their eyes light up when they see a young guy like Gaisi trying to match up with Jokic. Of course, Jokic is so dangerous in the post because he can score and pass, has great vision and touch around the basket. So,
well, Cafaro is going to come in, no doubt. I mean, he's already moved over closer to the coach, and Gabriel Deck is going to come in as well. So
that's going to move Scola to the 5. Deck more of a stretch 4.
Scola himself has 2 fouls, so you know the fouls accumulating. We've still got 4:59 to go here in the first quarter.
Serbia, though, missing 2 free throws in this first quarter. They came in second in free throw shooting in the tournament, 82%.
Jokic makes 1 of 2.
I think he was complaining about the referee not throwing a bounce pass to him.
Campazzo. Oh, beautiful pass again, and the basket this time by Garino. Campazzo's a magician.
Yeah, they can execute their offense flawlessly, especially with Campazzo leading the way.
Reaching foul, this time called on Garino.
You cannot be greedy on defense. Just giving. See the beautiful pass again. And Guduric got lost in the screens. Garino left wide open, no rim protection on that play.
Bogdanovic takes his time and makes the first. Other Serbian players, they will all get minutes tonight. No question about it. Feels like we should be more than halfway through the first half. A lot of stops. It's a slow-moving game, which is okay with me.
Yeah, we've had 11 fouls, 8 of them coming from Argentina in this first quarter, and there's still 4.5 minutes to go.
There's Deck. Very skillful, short.
And that's not Argentina's offense, just isolating one man on the side, having him go one-on-one essentially. Serbia will live with that all day.
Guduric dumps it down low to Jokic and he lays it up. And now it's just a 2-point lead for Argentina. La Provitola into the lane. Passes it back outside to Campazzo. Scola drives in. Great D by Jokic. Bielitsa's his pass batted away by Carino. Now it's Campazzo in the open floor. Now his pass.
5-on-1.
Snared, and look for some execution here from Serbia, and they tie it up with Bielitsa.
Yeah, that's a nightmare in transition for Argentina. 5 players in blue running the floor. You see La Privatola doesn't want to commit another foul. Bielitsa, his first basket of the game, and tied at 16 going to the first timeout. Second timeout.
Let's go down to the bench.
China's #1 dance team, Fashion Dance.
Hey, en este pasaje del juego, el anotador es él y es él. Tenemos que hacer permanentemente todo, abriéndonos un poco más. Cuando están Gaby y Luis, no jugamos más pick and roll. Y no puede ser.
Look at the rebounding numbers for Serbia. 7 offensive boards.
Well, they know they're going to crash the glass on every miss. So after starting just 3 for 11, while Argentina got to a fiery start, the game has balanced out a little bit here in the last few minutes. Obviously, the free throws have helped Serbia. 6 of 8 already. Campazzo, though, see all the different ways he's made an impact in this first quarter. Comes in averaging 7.2 assists in his 5 games. Already has 4 assists here in the first quarter. Now, Misic has the responsibility of trying to slow him down.
La Provitola, and now Serbia with a chance to take the lead. Also Micic in the game, number 22 for Serbia. Jokic has it taken away. Here comes Campazzo, fouled by Bielitsa. And, well, just a little, I guess, give Argentina a chance to sneak around. They're going to come up with a steal.
That's what they've done all tournament. Again, leading the World Cup in steals, over 11 a game. Also look to capitalize off those, averaging almost 22 points off turnovers. Bogdanovic, slow start for him from the field, has knocked down 3 of his 4 free throws.
Provitola gets in, back out to deck. Payer up in the game, number 10. Gets it to Campazzo. Puts it up from deep, and it's good. Boy, he has to play like Superman tonight, really, for Argentina to have a chance. You just feel it. Puts it back up by 3.
He really probably has been one of the 2 or 3 best point guards in the tournament. As another foul called off the ball. It's the youngest player in the game today, higher up, 21 years of age. And shows a bit of the youth there. Made the fouls. You see the step back 3 from Campazzo.
He really, I mean, he affects the game so many ways. It's his ball handling, it's his defense, it's his passing, his scoring. But here's Lucic. And Serbia clearly not going to go away.
And all those things combined make a great leader. And he is really the engine for this team. Obviously, Scola gets a lot of the headlines. But Campazzo is the one that can only go as far as he'll take them.
La Provitola hands it back off to Campazzo. Quick pass inside the deck. I tell you, he sees the opportunities. And he grabs them with both hands, doesn't he?
Campazzo, 5 assists to go this 6 points. Argentina back up 3.
Bielitsa, boy, that was a powerful move. Took it right to Scola. Scola's got the 2 fouls.
Yeah, and I respect that Bielitsa happy with his role coming off the bench for the Serbian team, obviously. One of the better players out of Serbia.
I think Kafaro is going to come in. Now Deck rattles out. Now they switch. Deck guarding Jokic. And then comes over. And now it leads to a fast break. Hayurup drives in. Oh, and he gets rejected. What a block by Lucic.
Nice backdoor cut.
Micic. And Guduric goes up. What a turn of events that was.
Wow. Block of the World Cup so far. Don't think we'll see one better than that. Those are the kind of plays that Lucic makes, though.
Deck goes strong and scores with a reverse layup.
What a first quarter of basketball we've had. It's going back and forth now. Already a few lead changes.
4 points for Deck coming off the bench. Now Guduric. Bielica. He goes in strong and gets blocked by Hayurup. And now a charge called on Whelan. And now a technical foul has been called by Sergio Hernandez. Or called on Sergio Hernandez.
No, it's
Hey, easy. Easy. Speak to me. Speak to me. Speak. Don't make a gesture. Speak. Speak. Are you listening to?
This is crazy.
What's foul? Was offense foul. Easy.
The Serbia play.
Was offense foul.
No
Put
hands
that
open.
on the chest.
No hands open.
Okay, that's it.
Well, we'll have another look at it as we took you there.
Well, yep. All three refs are mic'd up, as you now know. And you heard the exchange. And obviously, Hernandez saying he wasn't in position. You know, the defense was moving. He was calling an incredible decision. But he's going to, isn't he? Because the foul was called on his man. Now he gives up the technical as well.
Well,
interesting that the ref also said no gesturing because it's making him look bad.
Well, it's also, given the flow of the game so far, you know, Argentina had 10 fouls in that first quarter. It's a bang-bang play. Sometimes you'll see the referee say, okay, we're going to call it a block, even though it's a 50-50 call. Hey, Guduric, I respect him stepping up on that sideline. You're taught to cut off the sideline as a defender in transition.
No, that was wrong. It wasn't Djordjevic with the technical, but Hernandez. So Hernandez can't get another technical. He'll know that. Now Jokic just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, Guduric went for the backdoor cut. And just the timing a bit off there between Jokic and the guard.
Campazzo. Talking about Micic. Deck with a pick. Campazzo takes it strong, hands it off the Deck. Wow. Absolute precision.
If you are playing with Campazzo, all you have to do is keep moving. He will find you for the buzzer beater.
A thrilling first quarter is in the books. It's Argentina leading it 25-23 over Serbia.
As we take a look at the stats, the shooting has favored Argentina, but the big stat is going to be the free throws, which has been in huge favor for Serbia. They did not knock down a three-pointer, though. This is a team that came in second in three-point percentage. As you take a look at some of the highlights of that first quarter. And before the Spain game, they had averaged over 10 made threes per game, only made 3 of 19 against Spain. And obviously, they lost by double digits. Might be a bit of a concern there for Djordjevic, 0 of 3.
Although when you start with as many bigs as he has, you're almost kind of, it's a statement of intent, isn't it, that you're going inside.
Very true, and obviously the rebounding numbers are terrifying for Argentina right now. They only secured 2 rebounds in that first quarter. No offensive rebounds. Meanwhile, Serbia 15 already, including 7 offensive rebounds. So like we said, that size has been the most important factor so far, and all they can do is foul and try to slow them down.
Well, I guess on the plus side for Argentina, it can't get any worse in that sense. But they are opportunistic. I mean, aren't they? They just, you know, Jokic brings the ball down, Campazzo's going to take it away. I mean, that's kind of how this game is. That's how Argentina really have been able to kind of stay in the lead. They've been opportunistic.
8 points off those turnovers.
Cafaro, meanwhile, has come into the game. How about this app? I know all the players have loaded this into their phones. So many say that's where they get all their news and information that they want from this FIBA Basketball World Cup. So if you've got a smartphone and you don't have it yet, you're behind. You need to get it in there. The FIBA Basketball World Cup app. So coming out for the second quarter, Cafaro guarding Jokic. Now Micic, who drives in and scores, and he will earn a trip to the line. Vaso Micic. So great play by him.
Micic, whose confidence has really grown over the last few years. Jeff, you recall in Istanbul was pretty quiet in most of those games, but in this World Cup, the 6'5" guard, giving them 6 points per game. And you see there the strong finish.
And that was at the Cafaro, who just came in, and again, one of the biggest players they have to offer, of course, Vaso Micic. Our thoughts are with him and his family because his mother passed away yesterday, and he decided to stay with the team. It's quite a heart-wrenching story, but he's got the support of his teammates and his coach. Coach Georgievich obviously saying it's up to you, and he wanted to stay.
See the collision there, knee on knee between Micic and Campasso. So despite scoring 23 points in that first quarter, it's the first time that Serbia goes into the first quarter break down. You see there the collision. Both guys seem okay.
Campazzo is just involved in everything good, really. He did have that one turnover. He's passing it back out to the perimeter. La Provitola puts it up from deep, and Cafaro comes in. That's a rare sight, an offensive rebound for the South Americans. And the pass just off the fingertips of La Provitola, and Cafaro couldn't get it. So Argentina's biggest lead in this game was 8, and right now they trail by 1. And Scola has the 2 fouls. And Gaisi also with 3 fouls. They're on the bench now. Jokic goes over for a breather, and well, what do you do if you're Argentina now? You have to give Campazzo a break. So you bring in Luka Vildoza.
And also Serbia going to Boban Marjanovic, fan favorite. You see him posting up big inside there and just already
clearing out Marjanovic. Got him with Cafaro with like an elbow. They might look at this, see if this is an unsportsmanlike. Watch this. They're battling. Well, he just kind of like swung his elbow to clear some space. So that's,
you see a lot of battling position there in Cafaro.
Michael Wieland on the call. You think he's the most loved Serbian player in the NBA?
It's
I don't know anybody that doesn't like him.
It's not even close.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah, Marjanovic averages 8 points, 6 rebounds for the 76ers last year.
Gabriel Deck fakes it, now drives in. Well, right idea, just couldn't finish. Micic has it over to Guduric. Micic gets in the paint. Guduric, they got to keep an eye on him. He lifts it up to Marjanovic, and good effort there by Hayrup, and now he finishes. Actually, Hayrup has really impressed me. Okay, he had his dunk blocked, but he went down and had to block himself, and now here he is again getting out on the break. Look at this.
Yeah, running the floor hard, finishing one hand off the wrong foot, bit of an awkward finish.
I remember him in Dubai at the Under-17 World Cup, FIBA Under-17 World Cup 2014, where we had Jason Tatum for USA. Obviously, a lot of really good players. Rui Hachimura for Japan, and Hayrup. He was a talent. You knew he was going to take off eventually. Serbia called timeout. Let's go down and listen.
Beli, Bobane, primi ovde. Vrati belom. Vrati belom. Dođi u handoff. L5. Pin down. Za Bogdana. Vrati mu flare za belom. Ok, L5. Hej, pazite deny. Iđi unutra. Da ga primiš loptu dobro. Ajmo.
Josh, I guess the big, as we looked at those stats, we wanted to hear Coach Djordjevic just in case you wanted to listen in, but the big stat there is the 10 of 12 for Serbia. That's pretty good at the free throw line. And the fact that the difference is that Argentina have the 3 3-pointers, but they've also been pretty active defensively.
Yeah, look at that block again by Lucic. That is impeccable timing and also audacity to go up for the breakaway block. And you see what it means to him.
Lucic in the left corner puts it up. And La Provitola trying to box out, but he gives away so many inches, he would rather give up the foul.
Yeah, he had the inside position that couldn't prevent Bielitsa from getting his hand on the ball. And that's a loose ball foul on him. Bogdanovic also back into the game for Serbia.
Bielitsa off the front of the iron. And Barbosa not able to corral that. So those are 24 years of age, so the new players coming into this Argentina setup.
Baseline open.
Janic drives in for the rim rocker.
Yeah, you saw that coming all the way as he posted up the young guard. And Bogdanovic, who has a lot more athleticism than people think, not just a shooter.
Provitola calling the plays. Cuts back, puts it up at the line. It's the rebound and is fouled by Lucic.
They forgot to box out the shooter. Able to get his own rebound, his own miss. You can see the
Pay attention. But don't yell to me. Speak to me, I will listen to you.
And the referee's mic'd up, so that's why we bring it in. Argentina's offense a little bit different with Campasso on the floor, not on the floor.
Oh, Vildoza for three. Different players stepping up now for Argentina. Spin move, Mitic. Gets it to Marjanovic. He brings it down, though, and that's when Argentina able to steal it. And an unsportsmanlike has been called on Marjanovic. So a couple of fouls on the big center coming off the bench.
That one was unnecessary. A lot of Serbian players were back in transition.
It's just so hard to get out of your system, isn't it? For so long, players, they try to disrupt that fast break with the foul, but now it's not allowed.
And also, when he goes in for a little swipe, it hurts a little bit more than with most players.
Provitola sinks the free throw, and a lot of fight in this Argentina team. Tenacious. Like nipping at your heels. And it's great that they're buying minutes for these guys who picked up the early fouls.
Yeah, and again, the turnovers are one of those areas we marked earlier in the game. Serbia now has 9. Came in averaging 15, tournament high. So they need to do their job taking care of the ball.
La Provitola for three is good, and Argentina back on top now by 7.
First made field goal for him, and you can see the 2 free throws going down gave him a little bit of confidence after missing his first 3 shots from the field.
Cafaro having to guard Marjanovic down low. Now Bielitsa forces his way in, and the foul trying to go for the rebound on Marjanovic, and that is 3 on the big center. And this will force Jokic to come back into the game.
Not the best stint from Marjanovic.
Not at all. Oh.
And after that,
right there. So a couple of us could have been called foul for the first one. And look at Vildoza.
Yeah, Marjanovic.
You know what's interesting, Josh, is Marjanovic goes over to the bench, is that with some of these guys that are stepping up for Argentina, they got quality minutes in the Americas qualifiers.
They really did.
And that experience coming to the floor, like Cafaro played exceptionally well against the USA in Greensboro. Here's Deck making the first free throw. I know that Vildoza is another one.
Yeah.
And Hayrup.
They won 9 of their 12 games in those World Cup qualifiers, and it was mostly with these guys, the unsung heroes.
Well, Scola also came and played from China a lot. Went back home to the Americas. Hayrup. Of course, they got experience at the AmeriCup as well. Vildoza went for the steal. Now they get it to Lucic. Passes up to 3. Jovic has it. Down to Jokic. Lucic hangs in the air. Misses. And now Deck with the rebound. Brings it down with 2 hands. No look pass to Cafaro. Cafaro can shoot the 3, but he's not stepping out. Provitola for another 3. Off the front of the iron. Vildoza for 3. And Serbia dodged the bullet. Jokic turns, scores, and he will go to the line for a potential 3-point play.
Again, such a smart player. Appreciates that there's not much size on the floor for Argentina. Runs straight to the rim, turns, asks for the ball. Quick move, finishing through contact at the N1. That's why he is the joke.
Cafaro just tried to sell it, didn't he? Cafaro goes out. Now Scola comes back into the game. But good minutes from Cafaro. And Serbia just a different different team with Jokic on the floor. There's no doubt he's the difference maker for this team.
Jokic does have those 4 turnovers. He's also got 8 points and 4 rebounds and a couple of assists. So involved in a lot of the action.
Again, Campazzo getting valuable minutes on the bench here with La Provitola running the point. Now Deck, quick pass to the corner. And Vildoza strikes again.
The young guy stepping up for Argentina. Back-to-back 3s for Vildoza, as Simonovic also in the game for the first time for Serbia.
This Argentina team well prepared. And showing us why they have yet to lose at this World Cup. Vildoza, of course, I'm sure when they found out they were playing Serbia that they all understood how imperative it was to be fully concentrated. Here's Jovic. Simonovic hits the 3 for Serbia. That's what he's known for.
You mentioned the preparation. Campazzo actually talked about that before the game. He understands they don't have the talent like the USA, Serbia, or Spain, but they have the preparation, and that's what it takes. A lot of work, a lot of preparation. They're happy the work is starting to pay off. They want to keep working and winning, in the words of Campazzo.
Deck kind of lost control of it, gets it back, puts it up a little prayer. And Jokic rebounds the miss. Simonovic steps into another 3, this time misses. And Lucic was able to bat the ball out. And Vildoza snares it, so Bogdanovic spilled it.
Yeah, just slipped out of his hand there. Another unforced turnover for Serbia.
Simonovic came in hitting 50% from 3-point range, and what he is tonight. Great minutes from Hayrup and La Provitola. Now Campazzo back in the game. And also Garino. Vildoza into the corner, Garino. And took his time and gets it to fall. Lucic was flying at him, and Djordjevic needs to make a change here in this approach.
Well, it's 7 made 3-pointers for Argentina. You see the patience from Garino, eluding the defender. Gets a nice friendly touch around the rim.
7 of 12, boy, they'll settle for that. any day of the week.
Serbia's a team that came in shooting 42% from three. They're just 1 of 7 after that Simonovic three. Just listening to Coach Djordjevic, you see the frustrations on the bench.
Beli beži, Sima beži, Bogdan ulazi ovde, preko Joke, ovo, izađi, Bogdan, izlazi, rogovi dole, Beli beži, prođi, Bogdan unutra, bum, jednostavno i gađamo. Čekamo, Kej, ajmo, tako je, pusti se,
If you hear there, Coach Djordjevic, you see the highlights from the three-point range for Argentina. It hasn't been just 1 or 2 guys. 4 different players knocking down three-pointers so far for the Argentinians. Really good looks.
The play of the likes of Vildoza. Guarino, okay, he's played some big minutes with this Argentina team, but Vildoza, Hayrup, these guys have really come out and contributed tonight for Argentina. And Deck.
Going to Jokic. Jovic wide open.
Oh boy, steps into it. Well, what is it? Okay, so pick your poison.
That's a breakdown defensively. The help was caught in no man's land. Didn't really throw the double team at Jokic, and he gave a clear line of vision to the open shooter at the top of the key.
Vildoza. And the ball kicked by Bogdanovic.
For Serbia, you're probably not too worried about being down right now, considering Bogdanovic is only taking 2 shots in this first half. Has gone to the free throw line. Just 5 points for one of the tournament's leading scorers.
Vildoza for 3. Goodness me, he can shoot it.
And that shooting stroke looks very smooth. This time off the dribble as well. Able to square his feet and shoulder up.
Bogdanovic comes and gets it. What about Vildoza? And that is quality, boy. That is quality.
I've always been impressed by the fact that he can get the defense off of him without dribbling, just with ball fakes and jab steps. And of course, his range is way beyond the FIBA three-point line.
Deck passes up the 3 and drives in and scores with the left. And then he looks at the ref and says, I got fouled.
Deck now with 9 points off the bench. Comes in as the 3rd leading scorer for Argentina, 12.2 points per game.
Bogdanovic again starting to turn it on.
Once he got that switch with Scola, it was over.
There's Campazzo to Scola again. Oh, what a finish from Scola. I'm going to tell you what Djordjevic said in his last time out. When I get a second here, got our first translator listening in. Pretty interesting. Bjelica. And Jokic not able to box him out. Great play by a great player. Pretty standard, really, for him.
10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists now.
Back to Vildoza, passes it up, then passes back to Guarino. That is beautiful basketball, folks. Boy, they are passing it. Pass masters.
This second quarter, they have really knocked down the three-pointers. 6 three-pointers now in the quarter for Argentina.
Jokic, he's got the considerable size advantage on Deck and just takes his time and scores.
What can you do if you're Argentina and catch the ball that low?
We're in the final minute of the first half. Coach Hernandez says, give me some motion.
You can see why Jokic is shooting 79% from the field in this World Cup. Looks like that.
Vildoza. Shot clock down to 3.
He's feeling it, Jeff. He's feeling it, Jeff.
Simonovic.
That's a better contest, though, by Bjelica.
The hand was in the face. Elisa puts on the deck, gets blocked by Vildoza, but Tolga Sahin, the Italian referee, calls the foul. And what was interesting about that, well, I mean, I think it's interesting about that last time out from Djordjevic. He told his players, take Skola one-on-one, no help defense, one-on-one. Horns on offense, keep it simple and make shots. So they're aware that they can go at Skola with those two fouls that he's got.
Skola never really been much of a defensive stopper. I'm not sure that's grown with his age as we listen in on the timeout here.
Obviamente tenemos que cerrar el juego con la bola nosotros, pero si somos pasivos para después ser activos, se nos va a complicar más. En el cierre nos van a empezar a cambiar de todos los bloqueos. Entonces tenemos que ser muy activos los primeros 12 segundos, porque el tiro lo tenemos que encontrar. No vamos a poder hacer una situación especial de cierre.
Cuando llega la pelota aérea al final se abre todo.
Entonces uno lado. Es uno lado entonces.
Silvio.
Well, I dare say that this performance by Argentina at this World Cup has certainly has surprised me how polished they've been, and how good. I bet you they've probably surprised some people back home as well.
Well, Vildoza only averaged 4.5 points per game coming into this one. Already has 9 on those 3 3-pointers. The 9 made threes for Argentina is more than they hit in the last 3 games. So even the 3-pointer has been a bit of a surprise here in this quarterfinal.
Bielitsa. Hernandez, that's the Joker right there. Joker fans, I guess for Nikola Jokic, that's the costume, popular costume. And a push called on Simonovic, so Argentina get it back.
And free throws now on the other end for Argentina. It's always a brutal sight for a coach.
That throws Hernandez's timeout out the window because he was setting up the play. And now they don't get the ball. He was going to run off about 12 seconds before they ran their play. Bogdanovic waiting to check in. Simonovic goes out. So the only foul trouble for Serbia is the 3 for Marjanovic. And now here he is, one of the Argentina basketball icons, Skola at the line.
Argentina, on the other hand, 4 players with 2 fouls, and Gaisi with 3, so severe foul trouble for them, especially with Serbia's game plan of getting the ball inside.
Skola came into this game shooting 82% at the free throw line. He knocks in both, and now this is interesting. A player with 3 fouls has come in to, I guess, deemed somewhat expendable.
That's exactly the word I was going to use.
Gaisi, Tajevek Gaisi, to play this final stretch. So he gets a 4th.
Watch that high pick and roll here. Pick and pop. Jokic, Bogdanovic.
Game clock down to 6. They get it to Jokic, and he scores with ease. Now, quickly, they got to hurry. Campazzo puts it up from a long way out, and well defended by Jovic. So that is how the thrilling, interesting roller coaster ride of a first half finishes. It's Argentina on top, 54-49 against Serbia.
Both teams shooting very well now, 52% for Serbia, 54% from Argentina. The 3-pointers have been the difference. You see there, plus 18 points from the 3-point line for Argentina. Meanwhile, Serbia plus 10 points in the paint. Also the turnovers, huge advantage for Argentina, 15-5. It's going to be a serious second half. As you see, Guerrino leading the way with 10 points, Vildoza with 9, Deck with 9, so the bench really producing for Argentina. Serbia led by their 2 stars, Jokic with 14, Bogdanovic with 10.
And you saw an interesting look at Brasino going off Clearly, he really took a shot to the nose. He's still got some paper,
I cannot be
Kleenex, whatever, going up his nostril, cotton to stop the bleeding.
It was up to me to fly or to fall.
Maybe he'll come back for the second half. But La Provitola and Europe and Argentina
So I thought
probably would have settled for a 5-point lead at halftime of this game beforehand. So we'll be right back before the start of the second half. Argentina on top, 54-49.
When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, during halftime, let's welcome our first ever performer. Please give a big round of applause for Hot Dance. 半场时间，掌声有请东莞理工学院城市学院的大学生艺术团为大家带来一段青春热血舞蹈，我们的青春。是掌声送给我们东莞理工学院城市学院的大学生艺术团。
世界杯就在腾讯。
Yao Foundation is a non-profit organization founded by Yao Ling in 2008. It dedicated to aid underprivileged and rural children in China and help them develop in various ways. As the official individual partner of the 2019
Look away pass inside, and Kleber pounds it home.
I think you're going to be saying Schroeder, Kleber a lot.
The other way. Oh, behind the back, and Dar Tucker with the punctuation mark at the end of that highlight. Showtime for Jordan. My goodness. Tice to roll, he does. Late. Oh! Ken Burch just swallowed that basketball.
The run up all the way, right down Main Street. Box office from Brown.
That is just inexcusable confusion. Barbosa was still in the zone. The others had matched up. No one on Barnes.
There's the rebound. And the quarterback Paris as well. And inside is Francis Antetokounmpo. Greece looking to pick up the pace.
Wow, possibly the assist of the tournament. That was absolutely pinpoint perfect.
My parents gave me away, so I had no purpose in this life. Yeah. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way.
54-49 is the halftime score. Argentina on top of Serbia in the first quarterfinal of the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 in Dongguan, China. It has been worth the price of admission and more. Of course, it's easy for me to say because I didn't have to pay for it, but I can tell you one thing. I mean, I was telling everybody that was a half worth traveling to see. I mean, Argentina really came out and delivered, but we all know that Serbia is a team that knows how to grind out results.
Yeah,
Argentina came out through the first punch, got off to a quick start, especially on offense. And then Serbia, thanks to just pounding the ball inside and drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line, somewhat slowed the game down. Were able to take the lead for a little while. We had 6 lead changes in that game, but in the first half. But Argentina, the assist to turnover ratio, that's what's been the difference. It's 14 assists to only 4 turnovers to Argentina. 10 assists, 10 turnovers for Serbia. That's despite Jokic doing everything he can. You see there already surpassing his averages in this tournament, 14 points and 7 rebounds in that first half. You can expect him to keep touching the ball as much as possible.
Argentina's fans, certainly some of the more colorful ones in international basketball. And I guess they've certainly been in the limelight for quite a while. They've had some great teams over the years.
That's a great point, Jeff. I mean, this is their 14th World Cup. That's the 3rd most all time. You know, they won the inaugural World Cup at home in 1950. You know, dropping a little history out there. And their 30 wins since 2002 is also the 3rd most in that span behind USA and Spain. So they really are one of the premier countries for basketball in the entire world.
And when you consider that this Argentina team still has the likes of Scola, you might be thinking, well, you know, maybe it's time to turn the page, but he's still got a lot to offer in many different respects. Foremost among them, he's a good player, but also that he's a great leader. But we've also seen the emergence of other players, and of course we're also accustomed to seeing that man right there, Facundo Campazzo, and he has been just terrific today.
I mean, look at those assist numbers, 7 assists in 20 minutes of action. Got a long rest as well in the second quarter, so he should be pretty fresh here for the second half. He's only taken 3 shots, made 2 of those 3 threes. You know, the 3-pointer is the other difference, right? 9 of 16 for Argentina, 56%. As you see the fans getting lively behind the players warming up here. 27 bench points for Argentina have also been somewhat of a surprise, thanks to guys like Vildosa with 9. I mentioned Peyrup has a couple points. Deck also at 9 points off the bench.
Serbia's fans, similar to Argentina, have a way of impacting games. This is not in a cauldron, though. However, in Belgrade, this is a pretty long way away from home. But they have come in force, and you know, expectations are high for Serbia. You know, most people say they are the team that can beat the USA, the defending champions, but many people say they are the team that everybody else has to beat before they get to the title. So, in other words, they're the favorites.
Yeah, it's Serbia. First 4 games were a testament to this team's quality, where they just dominated teams. I mean, absolute barreling through, you know, the likes of Angola and the Philippines and Puerto Rico. But then that game against Spain, that was a different Serbian team. And obviously they had a quick start in that one, had I believe it was an 8-point lead in the first quarter, but they weren't able to kind of bounce back in the second half. We're down double digits pretty much that entire third and fourth quarter. Now they're down 5 again here in the start of the second half, and we'll see how they respond. Change Bielisa in the starting lineup, replacing Radulisa.
Well, second half underway here between Argentina and Serbia. Of course, one thing we haven't mentioned was Argentina. They've already clinched a spot in the Olympics for next year with their great performance so far. Serbia also hoping to be in Tokyo. Campazzo drives in off target. I wonder if that might be an omen, a bad omen here at the start of the second half for them. Bogdanovic.
Expect him to be very aggressive in the second half. In this play, high pick and roll between Bogdanovic and Jovic.
And that's why the man shoots thousands of jumpers.
Yeah, his touch is pure from anywhere on the floor.
Casino back in. He's a threat. Here's Campazzo. And that time, Serbia knew the interior pass was coming. Now up ahead to Bjelica. Bogdanovic, leader of the horde. Passes outside to Jokic. And Jokic not there. And Campazzo tries to get a foul called on Jovic, but I think the referee was aware of that, what was going on. What do you think?
Well, Jovic looked like he was just trying to box out and prevent Campazzo from getting to the loose ball. Campazzo not appreciating it much. And Jovic, definitely a physical player. You saw him reaching for his kind of rib cage.
You wanted the referee to know that he felt a little bit of that as well. Jokic down to Bogdanovic. Triple teams. Lucic for three. Good job, Scola.
Yeah, the three-pointer not Lucic's forte. Is nice.
And look at the pump fake from D'Elia.
Got two Serbian defenders off of their feet. D'Elia, who had those two early fouls, didn't play much in that first half, just 4 minutes.
Jokic goes at D'Elia and then holds on strong, passes back outside to Bjelica, and Campazzo brings down the ball.
A wide open look there from Bjelica, who's 0 of 4 now from 3.
Scola open, good! And just like that, another 3 falls for Argentina. The space in the floor, drawing the defense.
10 points now for Scola.
Boy, watch Campazzo Jovic. That is really heating up. Oh, what a drive, a strong drive from Bjelica. And foul number 3 on Scola. Although Brasino is trying to say, give the foul to me.
I'm not sure about that one. We'll take a look at the beautiful passing from Argentina and the patience from D'Elia to finish.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier, I think D'Elia, people don't appreciate how effective he is. He's played in a lot of big tournaments for this team, including the Rio Olympics. But Bjelica at the line. Potential three-point play, and indeed the foul was on Scola, so that is number 3 on him.
Bjelica now with 9 points, 3 of 10 from the field.
Brasino, his baseline, good hands by Bjelica. So you think Raduljic stayed on the bench because Serbia want to play a little bit quicker, I'm guessing.
Yes, Djordjevic has no problems tweaking his starting lineup. First half, second half, we've seen different guys in that lineup each game, it feels like.
Pass, Scola. Bjelica comes out to get a hand in the face. Now Campazzo. And Jovic brings it quickly.
Good pass.
And Jokic thought he might have a three-point play opportunity, but another foul called. Once Jokic gets it that close to the basket, and if he keeps the ball up, nobody's stopping him.
Yeah, we've seen it numerous times, just running straight to the rim. His teammates know that he's going to be there. He obviously has the soft hands to catch it.
So Jokic's free throws get it back to 2, 16 points now. 4-5 at the line, but they're quickly answering is Campazzo.
Went right at Jovic.
And Bjelica left the ball behind. Scola hands it off now to Campazzo. Quick pass, and what a finish from Brasino. So intelligent, Argentina making the extra pass.
Campasso, who, I mean, there's so many different point guards you can think of when you see him play. Look at that Steve Nash in his game, dribbles that baseline, looking for the divers. Guys cutting from the wing.
Boy, Bogdanovic did a good job of keeping the ball, and then he just kind of dumps it to Lucic.
So 9 assists now for Campasso. Does have the 5 turnovers.
8-point ports for Lucic as well. D'Elia is on the offensive glass, but Jokic brings it down.
Nice screen from Jokic.
Good defense. Campazzo's career really started to take off, I think, at a different level when he was playing in Spain with Murcia. And now has the ball. Bogdanovic quickly to the other end. And how in the world did they come away with no points? Serbia. And now Djordjevic has been slapped with a technical foul.
I think it was to the bench, actually. Not even Djordjevic.
Wow. Somebody said something.
And that lefty hook pass, Campasso and Brusino did a good job using the rim to protect from the block. Tefado loving it.
Well, he called a technical on Hernandez in the first half, and now Djordjevic. No, it's Djordjevic who has been slapped with the technical. Points at a premium.
That's a 3-point swing there for Serbia. Had an easy 2. Instead, they give up a free throw, potentially more on the possession.
It's a great point. Of course, it often happens, doesn't it? You know, you miss an opportunity, and then the other team goes down to the other end and scores.
He can also have to come out of the game here. He's a bit winded. Plays at such a high level of energy.
Vildoza checks in. He was so impressive in the first half. Scola, boy, very close to picking up a 4th foul, and then he was not allowed to stand up and dribble.
Lucic causing havoc on that play. Here's the technical foul. It is on Djordjevic. You are right, Jeff. Wasn't too animated, but definitely said something.
Well, I think it was also the gesturing. That's what clearly some referees don't want to see, the gesturing. As we remember him talking to Hernandez after he called the technical. Scola definitely perhaps a little fortunate to get away without picking up his 4th. Micic in the game for Serbia.
Bogdanovic getting the rest.
Jokic. And tries to get to Lucic, but Garino picks it off. Now Vildoza pulls up and hits another one, but that was a 2. Foot was on the line.
That's confidence all the way, thanks to his performance in the first half. The transition pull-up jumper, and that was a 2. Referees might go look at it, but Totis did seem to be on the line.
Bjelica for 3. And unbelievable fight there for the rebound, and good hustle there from Bjelica to swoop in and get the ball. Lucic goes up and throws it down.
Yeah, Lucic is a high flyer. Remember that block in the first half? 10 points for him. Oh, a lot of contact inside.
Scola going to work. Ball knocked out of his hands. Good D by Serbia. Garino. And great D. Probably the best defensive set by Serbia in the game.
Yeah, no question there. Let's see if they can use that to build some momentum defensively. As we'll get a timeout on the floor.
The tension is palpable. You can see it on the faces of the fans.
It really is.
Hernandez calls the timeout. He's looking over at the scores table. composing his thoughts, and now he's going to go talk to his team. Let's listen in.
Hey, esta acción, la que estamos metiéndonos con balón, para castigar de memoria, ya la tienen. Si encuentro el hueco, me meto para anotar siempre. No veo, sigo con dribbling. Y los demás me acompañan con su movimiento.
Este es el pase que entra, están negando al 4. Este es el pase que entra.
La esquina está cerrada. Y esta opción puede ser esto. O puedo seguir, salir con dribbling 4. ¿Okay?
That was the dunk by Lucic. Well, Deck is now coming into the game. And, you know, I suppose a little bit of momentum shift there with that, potentially with that defensive stand. Maybe that was a good timeout by Hernandez.
Yeah, it's a very good point, Jeff. I'm looking at Bielisa, 3 of 14 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. Taking the most shots so far for Serbia. They need him to start knocking some down.
Well, Jokic completely surrounded. Now Bielitsa off 1 foot. Well, right on cue.
Well, you get the layup 3. As the buzzer sounds,
dribbles it off of Bielitsa's foot. And Serbia get it back. And they would have counted that had it gone. So Bielitsa right on cue. And he goes to the line with a chance to tie it.
I know, but help me, please. Thank you so much, sir.
You can hear the referees asking the players to stop standing. You see that Bielitsa runner 3-pointers, the shot clock expires. Now a chance to tie this one up from the free throw line for Bielitsa.
Casino out of the game, is taking a seat again, and maybe not quite the same player. After taking the smack to the nose, see the Serbian fans jostling back and forth, chanting Serbia, Serbia. Makes 1 of 2. So it's Bielitsa and Milutinov in the game now for the first time for Serbia.
This one's shaping up to become a classic.
La Provitola almost had it taken away, but Serbia's defense really picking it up now. Bounce pass to Delia to the corner. Garino. And Deck sneaks in, takes it back, and then goes up and draws the foul on Milutinov. You really do feel the D coming from Serbia, don't you?
Yeah, but you got to finish the possession with a defensive rebound. Deck, you mentioned he's very versatile, active around the basket.
Plays a little bit bigger, really, than he looks.
He's a stretch 4.
Deck 2.02 meters, 6 foot 8 inches. And rattles in the first one. Campazzo composing his thoughts, knowing he's going to be on the line, on the court in crunch time. Although in a game like this, it's crunch time for 40 minutes. There's Deck, 10 points, and rattles into second, so he's 11.
Deck, the Real Madrid teammate of Campazzo. Here comes Heyer up.
Mitsic looking for some space. Passes to Milutinov and trying to get some contact. La Provitola behind the back to Bukoza, gets it back, and now a foul. Milutinov out on the perimeter.
I'm not sure how many minutes Milutinov will have here. This one possession game.
Vildoza going up against Bogdanovic. Bounce pass to Deck. Hands it off to D'Elia. Passes it. Tries to make another pass, and this time Serbia. Suffocating defense. Come up with a steal.
Defense collapsing in the paint.
Micic in trouble. Gets it back to Bogdanovic. Now Bogdanovic puts his head down, gets in, and he is fouled by Vildoza.
Bogdanovic does such a good job of hanging in the air that extra half a second. It's the second time we've seen it tonight. It just causes the defense to be off balance. See there? Just kind of waits for the guy to come down and then looks to release it. Gets hit right on the wrist.
4 fouls now in the quarter on Argentina, and it's 2 fouls on Vildoza. How long will the Joker be on the bench before he comes back in? 14 points now for Bogdanovic.
Argentina with Campasso and Scola on the bench. So it's up to guys like La Provitola.
La Provitola rims out. Good rebound, Bogdanovic.
Chance to take the lead on this possession.
Bielitsa spins, gets blocked by D'Elia. Deck.
Kind of a force there, didn't need to go up with it.
And foul, Bogdanovic going for the steal.
Not a bad foul for Bogdanovic. Trying to time the steal. You see here,
Yeah, you're right. Maybe a little more patience would have been required there. Ulrich comes in for Bogdanovic, who's going to hear some applause as he goes back to the bench. Gets some low fives and high fives for his teammates. Vildoza back to D'Elia. Now to La Provitola. And hands it off to D'Elia, who goes up. He gets swatted by Bielitsa.
Talk about the defense. It's really stepped up here after giving up 25 and 29 points in the first and second quarters. There's 14 for Argentina in this third.
Micic into the paint. And good job, D'Elia, knocking the ball away. Serbia about ready to get the offensive board and put it back in. Now Vildoza almost loses it, but takes it back outside. Bounce pass to D'Elia.
Lower the boom.
Behind the back pass to Hayrup. And this time he spins, puts it up high. Simonovic grabs it, boys. Some exciting stuff, but no finish.
A lot of bodies flying on that possession. Serbia fortunate that come up with a foul. Now they'll hold it for the last shot.
What kind of lift would it give them to score to go in front here right before the quarter? Right at the end of the quarter. Micic for three. Misses everything. 4.5 seconds. And Jovic is going to come back in. Orsino is going to come back in.
So the offensive, defensive changes both sides.
Boy, no shortage of effort from that man, Bielitsa. .5 seconds. Campazzo here. So Hayrup goes out.
We do have a foul to give.
Campazzo back to Deck. And just could not quite control it at the end. And what a game, folks. 68-67. Argentina on top of Serbia at the end of the third quarter.
So both teams cooling off as the defense picked up in that third quarter. Argentina still managing 50% shooting. Serbia down to 43% now. Still doing a lot of damage from the free throw line. 18 to 22 overall for Serbia. The rebounding numbers hugely in favor of Serbia, 35 to 17, and the fact that they're still down is just a huge testament to Argentina's passing and their shooting on plays like that. Delia finished around the basket. But it's all about the fourth quarter, a chance to get to the semifinal of the World Cup on the line. And both of these teams, you can imagine, will be battling to the final buzzer.
Oh, there's no doubt. It's laying it out on the line. Lucic going in for that dunk. That was one of the great plays of the quarter, as was that runner by Bielica. The quarterfinal is always the toughest game to play. You know, you have to win the quarterfinal because, you know, some of the pressure kind of goes off once you get to the semi because, you know, you've got 2 games to play, 2 chances at a spot on the podium.
Very good point. It's win or go home for both of these teams at this point. And a chance to go back to Beijing for the semifinal on Friday. Potentially, well, either way, like you said, they're going to play either a bronze medal game on Sunday afternoon or a gold medal game on Sunday night.
I mean, the loser will play in a classification game, and that could be important, certainly from Serbia's standpoint, as it relates to Olympic qualification, because the 2 highest-ranked teams from Europe will clinch spots at the Olympics next year in Tokyo. The two best finishing teams, at this World Cup. So you've got Poland, you've got Spain, you got France, you got Serbia, all Czech Republic, all gunning for the 2 spots. So it just kind of also shows how balanced, how good European basketball is to have so many teams at this level.
Yeah, 5 of the 8 final teams from Europe, 2 from the Americas, and then of course Australia.
So fourth quarter underway. Serbia start. Jovic, Simonovic, Guduric, Micic, and Jokic. Here's Jovic. Has it taken away almost by Campazzo. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Serbia possession. 10 on the shot clock.
See the great hands there by Campazzo. Took it away.
Campazzo, Deck, La Provitola, Scola back in the game, and Garino back in the game for Argentina. Guduric from the right corner! Puts Serbia in front!
And that's what he can do, the lefty with a smooth stroke. Serbia, this is the largest lead of the game for the Serbs. Just 2 points, but they are up ahead.
Scola from the right, and that was short. Didn't pull the string on that one.
Jokic nearing a double-double, 9 rebounds for the big man.
First time it looked like Scola was a little nervous. Let that one fly. Micic passes back outside to Jokic. He puts it up from deep, brings a little bit of rain, but the ball bounces off the rim. Probably that's the shot they want.
Yeah, the first shot was an open shot.
But even then, you're the toughest player to stop and you catch it down the low blocks. Why don't you go to work down low? Guduric. And it wasn't an easy shot. He had the Garino hand in his face.
Fans, every possession matters so much at this point.
Provitola on the court at the same time with Campazzo. And now a hold called on Simonovic.
Up 2 quick fouls. Unnecessary fouls even, really.
Argentina shooting 10 of 11 at the free throw line. So if they go over the limit, that'll be a factor. Scola surrounded, gets it to Campazzo. Provitola, entry pass to Deck, great D. Good D by Simonovic.
The risky pass there, the lefty hook post entry feed.
Jokic. Outside to Jovic. In and out, in and out. Jokic shows us his all-star move, but now he doesn't finish. Gets blocked by the backboard. Campazzo to Garino from the left. That's good! Is Argentina back in front? Twice Serbia had chances to add to their lead. Twice they came up empty. Now it's Argentina back in front. Micic. Charge. Michael Whelan, the Canadian referee, calls the charge. A little bit out of control by Micic.
Great help side defense. Pretty sure he was outside the semicircle.
Yeah.
See there, Rivadola taking it for the team. Of course, Simonovic makes the three after the whistle as well.
But now that brings the reintroduction of Bogdanovic.
It's also
throwing their best.
Also the third team foul for Serbia.
Campazzo, another three, and it goes back to a 4-point advantage for Argentina.
What a response by the South Americans.
Jokic. Back out to Jovic. At the line. Oh, that was money. Big shot from Jovic.
And he's not very aggressive offensively, but when he actually looks for a shot, it really helps the Serbia team.
Scola for three again. But Simonovic called for a push on deck.
They're now in the penalty. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
So any more, there'll be free throws coming for Argentina. Here it is again. Watch Simonovic. Oh no, that was a different play. Three-pointer. Campazzo to the corner. Garino. Steps over. Drains another long one. That was a two. Well, Djordjevic calling a timeout. You felt the momentum going Serbia's way. It seemed like the Guduric shot might have been a turning point, but here comes Argentina. And back in front by 4.
Now, all of a sudden, Garino, the leading scorer for Argentina.
Wow, that's a quiet
team
high,
points,
isn't it?
right? Yeah, he's been money, 3 of 4 from the three. Also knocking down a couple 2-pointers, including that one.
Let's go listen to Coach Djordjevic.
Ja dole spim. Igraš sa njim, Ljoko, ostani u kopu. Ostani u kopu. Hej, ajmo još malo, 1 na 1. Ajmo još malo 1 na 1. Ajmo još malo 1. Svi je tu, sve je okej. To je jedna lopta. Hej. Ovaj, gura. Bacite se ponekad, jer ako gura. Ali pre toga box out, ne bude i face. Svi nas skogi da trčimo. Luisa Tiraraí.
You saw the numbers from Jokic, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and look at Campazzo, already on a double-double tonight. But it's Garino who's really also supplying some points.
Campazzo so dangerous with the ball. You see another step back. That 3-pointer off the step back becoming such a weapon in the game over these last 5 years or so. And Argentina very well balanced offensively. 5 players now in double figures.
Djordjevic played in so many big games in his career, point guard, the big clubs. He even played in the NBA. Played for the '98 World Cup winning team in Athens. Here he is calling the shots. Says he can't remember what it was like to be a player. Surely that experience helps him here. Here's Bogdanovic driving in and earning a trip to the line.
Yeah, if I'm Serbia, I want the ball. Bogdanovic in Jokic's hands as much as possible.
Look at the spider cam view. I mean, the production, the pictures that are coming out of this World Cup are remarkable. Josh, I know you've remarked on it a few times already today. Breakfast, lunch. We'll talk about it at dinner as well.
I mean, the graphics are one thing. Obviously, the IRS, the instant replay system that we have to review and get the referees as input.
I'm loving hearing the refs. Even more so with the exchanges with the coaches than the reviewing the unsportsmanlike fouls. So, Scola again for 3. He's missed his last 3. And it's Argentina with a 3-point lead. Bogdanovic made 1 of 2 the last trip down. And La Provitola picks up the foul. His second on Argentina here in the 4th quarter.
Very big difference defensively for both these teams after the offensive shootout in that first half.
Guduric pulls in, misses the shot, and he was open.
Tough shot, had the open 3 perhaps.
Pazzo pulls it back. He is absolutely excitement. Great drive, La Provitola misses. Scola kept it alive, puts it up and in.
Scola, the king of the unorthodox finishes around the basket, has the footwork and the touch in the paint.
He's got 10 points and 4 rebounds. Bogdanovic pulls up and can't get it to go. Deck with the rebound.
Huge possession here. A bit of a cushion.
And the ball handed off to Scola. Lays it up and in, and Argentina back in front by 7.
Hey, it's gut check time for Serbia now. Nearing the 5-minute mark of the clutch game.
Bogdanovic behind the back pass to Bjelica. Guduric wide open. This time misses. Oh, and Guduric had already started running back down the court. Didn't see the ball. Campazzo to Scola again. Oh, what a rejection! But then the follow by Campazzo.
Boy, he's in the right spot, the right moment, and that's now Argentina's largest lead of the game. All of a sudden, just like that, is Bjelica. Huge response.
Boy, that was a huge response from Bjelica. Serbia were on the ropes.
So all 3 Serbian stars, Bogdanovic, Bjelica, and Jokic, 16 points apiece. Yet they're still down 6.
Garino, guarded by Bogdanovic. That's long. Tough shot. Boy, how big will that 3-pointer end up being from Bjelica? Here he is again. Has it knocked out of his hands by Campazzo.
I don't think it went off his leg. He's got to be careful.
They could review that if it was 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes, but here it is again. He just lost it.
So Campazzo once again forcing another turnover. It's number 15.
Great look by the ref there. And boy, what a difficult ride this is turning out to be for the Serbia fans.
Still just a 2-possession game. Argentina, though, 14-9 advantage in this 4th quarter. They've played great defense.
Provitola takes the contact and he makes the shot! Are you kidding me?
What a strong move by La Provitola.
Yeah, La Provitola is, the Argentinians has come to play. He got the foul, Micic, and you saw the look from Bogdanovic, who looks unwell on the bench. And here's, again, a look at the play, and a look at the reaction from the Argentina bench. And I'm not sure we're going to see Bogdanovic come back in at this stage, because out of your picture, as the ball goes up the court, look at the bench, and you can see Bogdanovic leaning up, standing up rather, support. I don't know if he's winded, if he has some type of injury. Here's Micic, drives in, passes out to Lucic for 3. And Campazzo with the rebound up ahead to La Provitola. And decides to bring it back out.
Well, we might have our first double-digit lead on this possession. 5 rebounds for the smallest man on the court.
Campazzo, bounce pass to Scola, and avoids, unbelievable. He draws the foul as well. He will go to the line for a 3-point play. The legend in the making, Scola.
What a turn of events here as you see Campasso putting on a dribbling show. The beautiful pass, and Scola doing what he does, finishing around the basket. Jokic calls for that little
for the body.
Yeah, the push in the back of the forearm.
Unreal performance tonight, folks, from Argentina. Unbeaten and looking now formidable with a 12-point lead, 3:17 remaining. D'Elia and Argentina's bench going nuts. Let's listen into the huddle of Serbia.
Prodor extra pas. Preko belog. Znači samo idemo. Hand off sa Bogdanom. Beži u korner. Preko belog, pop. Biće neki switch. Okej, napadam. Pop, na skok i vraćanje. Ovamo je sve switch na skok.
On a World Cup where Scola became the second all-time leading scorer. You see Jokic's stats, 16 points and 10 rebounds. Might not be enough. Takes a seat on the bench. But Scola, again, he's a legend on the World Cup stage.
You know, one of the sequences of the game, Argentina went up by 9. Bielitsa hit a 3 to cut the deficit back to 6, and Bielitsa was then going in for a contested layup, only for Campazzo to reach in from the side and force the turnover. And that's turning out to be a huge play because it kind of recaptured the momentum for Argentina. Now Scola is awake, but he fails to capitalize at the line on the three-point play opportunity.
Scola now the leading scorer for Argentina yet again, 16 points. As Bielitsa, late whistle.
Yeah, it was, but good things happen when you attack the basket, and Garino puts Bielitsa on the line.
Garino getting up there.
Boy, well, kind of he swipes down, and I'm guessing that's what the call was for, with 3:05 remaining. Serbia more than happy to have the clock stop, be at the free throw line. Can this Argentina team close Serbia out? What an extraordinary result this would be, folks.
A lot of small ball right now for Serbia. Bielitsa playing the 5. Lucic moves to the 4. 3 guards.
Provitola, that's right. So that helps with the ball handling. Campazzo. Taking valuable seconds off the clock. And the kick. We'll reset. Put 14 on the clock. Serbia's fans stunned into silence right now. They need something to happen to get them back on their vocal best. Provitola to Scola, and he finishes.
We've seen these passes, the bounce pass off the dribble. Argentina putting on a clinic. Did that go between the defender's legs? Let's have a look here.
Oh, he nutmegged him.
5-hole.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to put a call into MJ and tell him maybe Charlotte should bring Campazzo to the Queen City. I mean, he is electric.
That's a homer statement right there. Bogdanovic
going for the steal. La Provitola, Micic, and Deck knocks it away.
Serbia's missed a lot of open looks in this second half. See Jokic, disappointment.
I tell you, you can be the biggest star in the world. Jokic is huge. We've seen Antetokounmpo, however, go out early with Greece. Now Bogdanovic steps up and hits a long 2. Still got time. Serbia, if they need stops, rebounds, and points.
Well, Argentina just keep the ball in Campazzo's hands and let him happen.
And he just drives in and gets contact from Bielitsa. Well, this Serbia team looks tired as well.
They've been up in so much of the tournament. It
no doubt about it. Russell's out. Scola comes back in. Campazzo, he just does it all. He is fearless.
Really, really is. 14 points, 12 assists, 3 steals, 5 rebounds.
You know what? Something we haven't really talked about. As he misses that first one, is how this player at the line right now, Campazzo, look at his size. 5 feet 10 inches, 1.79 meters, and he's been a dominant figure in this game.
This is both there.
You don't have to be big to play basketball, folks. Just got to have a big heart. Here's Bogdanovic, and Campazzo flies in for the rebound. And now the pass, and Campazzo gets it off the backboard, gets the goal interference, and honestly, when was the last time Serbia went out in the quarterfinals of any tournament that they played in? You have to go back a ways. There's Micic fouled by Dek. Certainly under Djordjevic, this hasn't happened.
And not since the 06 World Cup where they finished in 11th place. They find themselves in this kind of position.
Djordjevic, they got to the final of the World Cup in Spain. They got to
semifinals 2010.
Well, Djordjevic, under Djordjevic, 2014 semifinals, 2014 final, 2015 semifinals of the Eurobasket, the final of the Rio Olympics, the final in 2017. And now they're on the ropes. Good shot from Micic. 1:34 to go.
Oh, no travel.
That's the travel, yeah. It took him a second, but Tolga Sahin called the turnover, not allowed to stand up. You've got possession on the floor. Well, that's an opportunity for Serbia.
Still 90 seconds, just under 90 seconds left in this game. It's only a 3-possession game.
Bogdanovic, good!
Here they come. Now a 2-possession game, a minute 20. They can afford to play straight up defense. Don't need a foul when they come out of the timeout. Look at that shot from Bogdanovic. Step back, contested, doesn't matter. Again, he's only 6 of 11, only taken 11 shots. He's got 21 points. Been efficient.
I tell you, that is a huge play, and the quality is something to behold, isn't it? Let's listen to Coach Hernandez.
Se tiene que quedar doble base, para eso tenemos doble base, y los jugadores acá, para rebotar y correr, le damos la bola al pedo. Hey, una bola larga, de atrás, venimos, una ofensiva a 1.
Argentina's hit a number of huge baskets. You see there Bogdanovic wincing in pain a few moments ago, but since then, 5 big points to give Serbia life in this 4th quarter.
Well, this would be one of the most famous victories in Serbian/Yugoslavian basketball history if they were to come back and get this one. Argentina up by 9, now 6 after the Bogdanovic 3-pointer. Campazzo. La Provitola. Campazzo puts it up from deep, gets it to go. That was a 2. Put on the line. And now Micic fumbles it, Dek pulls it up, and he goes in for the dunk. And Argentina start to celebrate, folks. Serbia might have had their chance, but Campazzo hit another big shot, and now it's Dek.
Toe on the line, or else it would have been a 3. And then Dek who capitalizes on the Misic turnover, flies down the court, throws it down. See what it means to these fans. 10-point lead, 48.7 seconds left. And Serbia on their last, like you said, they are up against the ropes on their last breath. See Argentinian fan in tears. Can't even contain himself. He's so happy.
Well, you know, there's
the deck breakaway dunk.
For so long that, you know, what happens with Argentina when the likes of Scola, Ginobili, Nocioni, Oberto, they all go. So many concerns about where this national team would be, but it looks like, well, there is a future indeed. There's a present for this Argentina. They're just 48.7 seconds away from playing in the semifinals. Bogdanovic gets another look. It's long. Deck battles for the ball. And I'm not going to say this is the most famous, potentially most famous picture, but when you go back and look at the history again, folks, and you look at Radulica looking on from the bench, and you remember that Argentina lost that 2002 World Cup final in Indianapolis, and Scola was in that team. They lost it to Yugoslavia. Boy, puts a little bit of added significance to this, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, they finished top 5 in 2006, 2010. Now guaranteed a top 4 finish.
And Scola fouled by Lucic.
Scola's never one to respond too aggressively.
And don't forget 2006, they played Spain in the semifinals and lost.
Hey, Scola! Hey guys, that's it, that's it. Finish.
Well, spoke too soon. Scola did not appreciate the push in the back on the offensive rebound. He'll head to the free throw line, a chance to add a couple more points to his total. Be another 20-point performance here for Scola.
I mean, words, Josh, you know, in his 5th World Cup and putting in this type of performance. It's, yeah, he is.
Meanwhile, Bogdanovic, who for many was the best player in the tournament up to this point, potential, player of the tournament, MVP candidate, that will no longer be the case moving forward. Maybe Patty Mills, Scola, Campazzo, of course. Evan Fournier for France, depending on how they do.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Kemba Walker for USA.
Satoransky for the Czechs, depending on what happens there. Panitka for Poland. Maybe they have a dream run. And the legend in the making. I don't like to call him a legend until they've stopped playing, but it does apply to some players. And look at D'Elia. And, you know, looking back at Scola and D'Elia, that was a touching moment. Also with Coach Hernandez. D'Elia invited to Houston to train with Scola back in the day when the NBA really connects with those younger players, and the big guys especially likes to help them out. This is, for me, a shocking result considering that a lot of people were picking Serbia to win the title.
Yeah, Argentina obviously had something to say about that. Look at this performance tonight, almost 100 points against a team that was only allowing about 66 points per game to their opponents in Serbia.
Remarkable. It has to go down as one of the all-time great moments in Argentinian basketball history, and certainly a bitter pill, a tough pill to swallow for Serbia. Denied a rematch, perhaps with USA, who knows? All we know is that Argentina have advanced to the semifinals. They win it 97-87 over Serbia. Josh, you know, we talk about the Campazzos, we talk about the Scolas, but this Argentinian team needed a lot of players to step up tonight, and they did. They got brilliant performances from their leaders. They got an impeccable performance from their coach, Sergio Hernandez, who distinguished himself as, again, one of the great tacticians in international basketball tonight to engineer what I think was an upset. I mean, that was an incredible, incredible performance from Argentina.
Yeah, but Serbia did show their vulnerability in that loss against Spain, where they turned the ball over quite a bit. And tonight, once again, the turnovers plaguing them, also missing a lot of open shots. But it's more about what Argentina did do. You mentioned Scola, 20 points. Campasso, 18 points and 12 assists. But the Bildozas, 11 points. Garino had 15. Gabriel Deck had 13. And together, they combined to shoot 54% from the field. They knocked down 12 three-pointers, their high for the tournament. 22 assists as well in the 36 made field goals. They took care of the ball better. The bench contributed 36 points. And now we will see them in Beijing for the semifinal on Friday.
Well, Argentina, what a ride. Again, Scola with the 20 leads them. Campasso, 18, Garino, 15. Bogdanovic was fantastic, but just couldn't do quite enough for Serbia. The fans, the players, it's a moment they'll cherish, but they'll also know that really they've got more work to do. They've got to get ready now, but I know that right now the people are probably bouncing in the streets of Buenos Aires as Argentina have pulled off a huge victory.
Yeah, as we check out some of the highlights of this game, so many huge plays from that man right there, Federico Campasso, and then his timing of when to pass and when to shoot just always seemed right as well. Scola with his activity around the basket.
La Provitola made huge plays. I mean, it's an incredible performance. Scola there again, you remarked on it. He is the master of making the difficult shots around the basket.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you just practice shooting from all different spots on the floor. I feel like you would have lost a lot of games of horse to guys like Luis Scola. Just trick shots left and right.
Well, trust me, those Argentinian players, they play a lot of horse. So the country has really been the leading country in South America when it comes to basketball for more than, well, for the last 2 decades anyway. Has once again shown that, you know what, there is life after the golden generation. Even though Scola is still here, they got some brilliant performances from a whole cast of characters, and it was just a stunning, painful defeat for Serbia. You could see the looks on their fans' faces, their team's faces. Sometimes it's not easy to be the hunted. You know, you want to be the hunter, and Argentina were the hunter in this case.
So now Serbia will wait to face the loser of the USA-France game for a chance for the 5-6 spot later on this weekend.
You know, it's been a great World Cup for the Americas teams. I think 6 of them advanced to the second round, which was no easy feat. And then some of them started falling by the wayside, but here's Argentina. And led by that man right there, Sergio Hernandez, having to wipe his face, the tears from his face, because this is how much it means to him and to his country. So as you look at the bracket, Argentina advanced. They'll face the winner of USA-France, which will be played tomorrow night, same time, 7 o'clock. Right now, Spain and Poland about ready to tip it off in Shanghai, and of course Australia will play the Czech Republic in the last quarterfinal tomorrow night. So, wow, one of the best quarterfinals I've ever seen, Josh. Thanks for watching, everybody.